Tom, looking at buying a new Jaguar car, or indeed a car at all in the coming months?
I don't drive, so this is
you're young people don't do that. No. They don't anymore. But here's the thing. Why then would a major car company, who's largely been selling cars to middle-aged men who've got a load of money and really like driving, why would they be wanting to build their sort of target their car ads at a sort of woke young group of, I don't know, rather strange-looking people of sort of dubious sexuality and the like, and have an advert aimed at them, and then produce a car that's Barbie pink, which is what Jaguar has just done.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? It does feel like Jaguar, along with a lot of big brands, seem to sort of loathe their own audience, like they've got their own kind of
customer base.
It's the sort of thing where they would almost prefer if they were just a little bit more hipper.
They don't approve of them and their money, keeping them in jobs.
Surely this is another example of this. The Jaguar is the brand of the kind of upmarket golf club type. Yeah. Why are you trying to aim it at someone who you perceive to be this kind of younger, woker generation?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It's very bizarre, isn't it? I mean, if you are watching on YouTube, you can see the latest sort of leaked designs, whether they're leaked legitimately or not, who knows, but I mean, it looks like it's sort of pimp my ride type stuff, isn't it? It's a rapper's car or a Barbie car, I don't know. But anyway, let's talk to Eric Kauffman about this. He's Professor of Politics at the University of Buckingham. Good morning to you, Eric.
Morning, Julia.
Thank you for joining us. I mean, there was a big outcry about these Jaguar ads that were issued, and it was just, I mean, it was just like very, as I said, I wrote the Sun column, they looked like miserable Quality Street on the set of the Hunger Games, one of their big parties in District 1. It was quite the most bizarre thing, and everyone was going, who on earth are you aiming this at? And they said, oh, wait for the big reveal in December. Well, it turns out this is the big reveal, but, I mean, we've got Jaguar. Jaguar is such an established British brand, and now it looks like a pimpmobile.
Well, yeah, and this follows that ridiculous ad that you mentioned, right, where they claimed that they were, quote-unquote, not ordinary. But if anything, it's very clear they are ordinary. They're following the herd of woke advertisers. So what is woke? Woke's making sacred of historically marginalized race, sex, and gender minorities. And so what they are doing in their ad is centering racial, sexual, and gender minorities, and that's really what they're about, like everybody else. So they're in a sort of groupthink bubble in their industry, because the industry is composed only of people from the sort of progressive left.
Well, this will just be the advertising agency, won't it? This will be the PR department, rather than the people who make the car, who are doing a fantastic job on beautiful cars.
Yeah, I mean, the actual design of the car is whatever. I mean, it seems fine, but it's just the whole branding exercise comes out of that groupthink bubble. The same bubble that lost the Democrats the election is going to lose them a lot of money, right? Yeah. So they have no contact with most of the population. And especially when you've got a heritage brand, you're actually going very much against your brand, which is all about tradition and heritage, and they're just crapping all over.
And there's one thing, isn't there, trying to expand your market to also appeal to younger people. Like, this is still a cool car. You might associate it with your dad or your uncle, but actually it's a cool car. I mean, they are beautiful cars. They are beautifully made. Everyone I know who's got a Jaguar absolutely raves about it, and they're not all sort of, golf club types at all. But you don't want to alienate the people who have been, paying your wages for the last 50 years. But what's funny is we never see it the other way around. We never have brands that are aimed at the youth, who suddenly decide to sort of, ignore them, wave their hand away from them, and then aim them at, people in my age group, in their 50s or above. It seems to be this desperate urge to constantly go for the youth market. But am I not right in thinking that people in their 50s, 60s have a lot more money than people who are in their 20s, so maybe it's a good idea to appeal to the oldies?
Well, exactly. I mean, they have all the purchasing power, but of course the elite culture and the prestige values are always pushing in the woke direction. Yeah. And so all of the sort of professional incentives are pushing against where the commercial incentives are pushing. Yeah. And so you're constantly going to get this. You saw it with the Bud Light commercial. It's the same dynamic. And I think they're going to pay the price. I think they're going to, it's probably going to be a flop. There have been a number of studies showing when you go against your brand, if that brand is heritage and you go against it, the chance of you succeeding is pretty low.
And that's the thing also, it's not just that I don't think this car will appeal to the younger people, but again, people like, Tom Slater, he's young, can't drive, doesn't have a car. won't buy one. Lots of these people won't, and there's not sort of people are going to get a car and they're young. They're going to have a little cheap run around for this, you know, for a city centre, not a big car like this. But the crucial thing is that, you know, they're going to make the car sort of a laughing stock. So people who would have been a natural purchaser won't buy it. This is the thing I just don't get. It's like, I understand where you've got a bunch of woke PRE people and ad agency people and they're pushing this, but surely the people who own the brand, you know, Jaguar, would let you go, no, sorry, we're not going to annoy our customers. Except, of course, I looked into this last time this was in the news. And, of course, Jaguar is now run by a company where the head man totally and utterly obsessed with this stuff.
Well, yeah, again, this is where the problem is the elite culture so desperately wants to appeal to the hip young youth all the time, and they're very woke. And so this is why these companies repeatedly walk into these minefields, make mistakes. Just look at what's happened to Bud Light. Look at what happened to Disney. They just don't want to be going down to the boring level of their customers, and they constantly want to impress their peers, and that's the bottom line.
Well, it's like the guy from Wix, you know, the number 2 at Wix, basically saying, yeah, if you don't agree that trans women are women, basically you're a bigot, we don't want your money. I now drive past Wix if I need to buy anything, you know, homeware stuff, because you don't want my money, you think I'm a bigot, then I won't give you my money. But they basically, all of these people, the people who run these companies, they despise their customers, don't they? And should we not return the favour?
I think we definitely should return the favor. I mean, what they are trying to do is impress people they want to hang out with at dinner parties and get adulation in the media. But I think they need to understand that there's a price to be paid for that. And the more that message comes through, the more they'll back away. We've seen, you know, Walmart, for example, and other places backing away now. And I think consumers need to deliver that message. They need to do it more.
Yeah, we need to use our people power, don't we? But again, if someone despises you, why would you want to give them your money? Eric Kauffman, really good to talk to you.